G'day, we're going international with this episode of Lucas Oil on the Edge. We'll be jet setting to New Zealand for a stock car race like you've never seen before. We've also got the chilly action from the track in Waupaca, Wisconsin for the Champion 440 Oval Race. There are 3 different riders in contention for the championship, and it's going to be an intense race. If that's not enough for you, we've got the craziest crashes at the end of the show.
Go! Got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control. I'm on the edge.
Well, it was a long plane ride down here, but we are happy to be here. Ken Stout and Brian Olson calling all the action from the Ericsson Tie-Down and Toe Strap Super Stock Team Championships presented by Herculiner. We are in New Zealand, and they have some of the most enthusiastic race fans and racers in all the world. Here are some examples.
It was just amazing! Absolutely awesome!
Proud moment in some ways to be beaten by a better team on the track.
Last year, first time here, nobody expected anything. We just wanted to take part. We wanted to put a show on. That's what we wanted to do last year, and we wanted to do us best. And we did real well. This year, expectations of us, might be a bit higher than we can sort of cope with the cars and what we've got. But we're going to be trying. We're not here to take part. We're here to try and win.
Well, safe to say we're not in South Carolina.
No question about that. About 18 hours away, as you mentioned, just by airplane. Here we go as the start of the race. Just like our Team Demolition Derby, the key here is that your team member finishes the most laps. Whether you're a blocker, punter, whatever you want to call them, the key is making laps. Currently, Craig Finnegan, the man on the move.
And of course, as you can see, these cars are lightning fast. I mean, these things are rocket ships. Right off the bat, though, we see the 03, that is Tom Harris, has locked up with one, and that's exactly what they want to do. They want to try to hold him up if they possibly can. In this particular case, it was Daryl Peterson who he pinned up against the wall. And
again, just like our Team Demolition Derby, a lot of teams have already been eliminated from this competition. We've had 4 consecutive wins by the year by the Palmerston North Panthers. They ended up being 5th overall, and this is the best 2. The Nelson Tigers, again, taking on the British Lions.
Yeah, the British Lions kind of beat up and battered here a little bit coming into this final event. They're trying to make a run at it here, and you can tell, man, these guys are, look at the speed they're going, man.
They sound exactly like a sprint car, kid. You can hear it, and they'll feather the throttle exactly like a sprint car. Watch Dale Ewers and just listen for a moment.
Crossed up, of course, full contact here as well. In the red, the Nelson Tigers. Oh, man, a big hit right there in the white for the British Lions.
You can pretty well tell. Oh!
Man, oh, man.
Listen to the motor, man. Listen to the RPMs. And then take a look at all the metal and all the aluminum it is around the outside of the rear wheels, around the body. Oh, man, there's a big hit.
And pops Harris. That is Mick Harris. That is the father of Tom Harris. A big hit into the wall right there.
Look at that thing, man. I mean, right square into the wall with a little bit of help from the Nelson Tigers gang. And that's the idea, but you really don't want to do it that much speed, baby.
I love the standing starts, man. Rev them up, dump the clutch, and let's go racing. The 03 right there. Tom Harris trying to block the 81 of Brendan Higgins. And Brendan says, no problem, bro. I'll just drive right up over the top.
Watch it again on the Herculiner instant replay. There's the bump and the run. Higgins and Harris get together here once again. Right over the top he goes. And another little bump right there from the Nelson Tigers. Now watch 81. Gets right back on the throttle and takes off. That is unreal.
When in doubt, stand on the gas, baby. We're having some fun in New Zealand. Lucas Oil on the Edge is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, unleash the fury. And by Ericsson Tie-Down and Toe Straps. Tie it, move it, tow it. Count on Ericsson.
Tom I've never seen a car drive over the top of one like they did to you.
Well, I was trying to get him, but he just backed off and had another run, and last thing I see was someone coming in the side of me. Around, I didn't quite know where I was. I'm all right.
I believe that, man, because you're getting hit from all sides, but somehow or another, I mean, just up and over the top there, and they continued on, and again, here we go.
Once again, we're certainly not in South Carolina.
They're about to chase him off the track in the infield and hit him. And I'll tell you right now, man, the Nelson Tigers are dominating right here.
And they're just taking it out as they are on Craig Finnegan. He's one of only 2 of the British Lions that are still actually under power, and he's doing the best, but at this point in time, as you mentioned, Nelson Tigers are just all over him.
Yeah, Finnegan was getting beat up on there pretty hard.
Dale Ewer's getting the wows of the crowd, and I got to tell you something. We're watching the 01 machine again. Frankie Wainman Jr., and the one thing he is doing is he's collecting laps at the start-finish line, and that's what you got to do here, whether you got 4 cars on the track in or whether you got 2.
Yours leading for the Tigers, obviously. But yeah, I agree with you. So many needs to get up on that one lone Brit Lion that is hanging in there. Frankie Wainman, you know, he still put some laps down. So there's 3 guys running around here. There comes Wainman. Wainman actually lapping people at this point, but the 81 doing his job. That is Brendan Higgins, and has finally locked him up.
Yep, he's doing some blocking, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. And right now, so far, the only machine, again, that's left out there for Team White, that's a British Lions, is the only British Lion remaining on the track. And he said, take some of that. I'm still going to roll. Oh, he bumps into his own guy.
Push him out of the way, but they get the whole track blocked.
Oh!
On the 82, Darrell Peterson says, there's a little love for you.
Harwood blocked him up a little bit. Then Peterson came in and took him out. And now he's having to refire. You can see the fire coming out of the headers. That's generally a collection of racing fuel, or in this case, racing alcohol. Oh, and he's got all kinds of problems.
The Nelson Tigers are just having a ball out here right now. I mean, everything has gone their way here in this final round. It's been a historic night, too. You mentioned it before. The Palmerston North Panthers were 4-year winners. You know, 4 times consecutively they won this event. But not tonight. It is all Nelson Tigers just destroying the British Lions.
Yeah, they're taking them out. Watch Frankie Wainman. He's got car problems right here, but I got to tell you something. This has been one of the greatest experiences we've ever had coming all the way to New Zealand. But the fans have been unbelievable. This place is packed.
White flag is waving. One last lap to go for the 85 car representing the Nelson Tigers. Dale Ewers has been the man here tonight. That thing has sailed around here perfectly. I don't know that he was ever hit.
It was between he and Wainman, but I believe that Ewers will take it for the Tigers.
Darrell and Hig have been racing here. They won it 10 years ago, which, I don't know, I think it might be special to them too, but it's bloody special to me. This has been 9 years racing and we finally pulled it off. We've tried bloody hard every year and just not quite there, but we made it finally.
You know, to come over here and get second this year, you know, off the back of third last year, awesome job. The pit crew have done a good job. You know, the car stood up to it again, it kept going, you know, and at the end of the day, we did what we did.
When we come back, the Champ 440 riders will be traversing the Oval Ice Track in Wisconsin. And don't forget that we have medal flying crashes later in the show. See you in a few. Champ 440 is the premier class at the Fire and Ice event. This high-powered, open-design class is recognized throughout the snowmobile race world as the professional class. The competition on the track is going to be hot because there are a number of riders vying for the points championship. The winner will be crowned at the end of the event. Who will take that prize?
If you've never seen oval sled racing, let me tell you, it is very exciting. These things are lightning fast, wicked fast. Ken Stout, Brian Olson ready to call all the action for you. Rob Klepper also on the grounds. It is Fire on Ice and the Pro Champ 440 category presented by General Tire. These guys will have these sleds offset to the left, max power, and hanging it out to dry, baby.
Looking at the Champ 440 class here today in Wisconsin, driven by this man, Gunnar Stern. He's a big Blackhawks fan, so my camera guy Greg's loving that. But I want to check out some of the suspension these 440s have. Liquid cooled 440 maximum displacement underneath the hood. But you can see coil over suspension. They can adjust these things all day long. They also have the skis on the front. Obviously, we're in the snow, boys, to help these things turn. They'll put the covers on them when they come into the pit so that they don't damage these skis, so they are ready to rock when they hit that racetrack.
No doubt wanting to keep a sharp, fresh edge on these things, and I'm sure they can adjust caster, camber inside of those things as well, much like they do in oval track racing. So pretty incredible, as you can see right off the bat. These things are so incredibly fast.
They are lightning fast, no doubt about it. And the one thing you got to be if you ride one of these things is agile. That would be sort of a loose word or loose term. I mean, you got to be physically fit, because we got a battle here for third. Well, you got to take a look at these things going 60, 70 miles an hour, and like you said earlier, they're hanging clear off the side of the sled, Ken.
Yeah, and the critical part, the entry into the turn. I mean, if you catch a rut with one of these things at these speeds, you are going to go for a nasty, ugly ride. Here in heat number 1, it was Dustin Wall who showed everybody the way around. The 74 sled getting it done. Here we go, heat race number 2.
And once again, the start, just like any kind of a race, whether it be a drag race, oval track race, if you're leaving from a dead start, you want to get to that corner first or the finish stripe first, and all these guys doing a great job.
3 wide on 2 different occasions. Right now, it looks like it's a 28 of PJ Wanderscheid who's out front, but look at these guys backing them in on the snow.
3 of them all together there. The battle now for second. Diamond and Graf mixing it up.
Oh, Diamond gets in there with some good grip. It looked like Graf was going to carry the momentum around the outside, but Diamond got underneath him, got some good grip, and blasted off.
Meanwhile, that 28 of PJ Wanderscheid made it look easy, baby.
Just an awesome start. These things, I mean, it looks like they're just at max power at the hit of the throttle.
You can't imagine, unless you're here like we have the fortune of being, the power these things actually make. I mean, 440 doesn't sound like a lot by displacement, but these things spin so fast, they make such quick RPM. And they're not that heavy either, Ken, so the key is, again, a great start and keeping the motor spinning.
Approaching speeds of 100 miles per hour out here. I mean, these guys are hauling the mail. And again, you can see here the 28 sled of PJ Wanderscheid getting it done.
And he just makes it look easy. Round 2, heat race number 2. And again, it's all about the first guy into the corner. And unlike the last couple heat races where PJ Wanderscheid dominated, Dustin Wall, who won our first heat race, is dominating this one. He's got a little bit of effort coming after him then of Nick Van Strydogen. He is currently your second place machine, number 13 here.
A little wide out there in the fluff. Dustin Wall just stretching that lead out here and takes his second win of the afternoon.
So it's 2 for 2 for Dustin and 2 for 2 for PJ. We'll make ourselves ready for the final round, the Pro 440, round 3, heat number 1.
Well, kind of a tough start on the inside. Oh, man! And look at the inside, get some bite and come right back after they went 2 wide right in front of him. They are scrapping for position right here. And the 38 of Matt Schultz so far out front.
Man, this is a great race, I got to tell you right there. That battle as they made their way into the corner. You're looking at Matt Scholes, and he will take the checkered flag. Early on, it looked like it was going to be much closer, but Scholes runs away with it here in the third round of heat race number 1.
Great look there. We'll go to heat race number 2 here in round number 3. Trying to take it from the outside, but on the exit, woohoo! And you can see how close it gets. If you don't chop it down when you're on the outside there to exit the turn off the bottom, you'll get in trouble in a hurry. And the veteran PJ Wanderscheid, who has won both previous heat races out here today, gets it done.
The fight right now is the 1 and the 13. It's the Nick and Nick show, but it doesn't matter. Checker flag flies for number 28, PJ Wanderscheid, and he picks it up 3 for 3 altogether.
Van Strydogen tried to throw it underneath him, couldn't get it done. We come back. It's time for the final round. Fire on ice. Plenty of action today here with Fire on Ice. These sleds are incredibly fast in the Pro Champ 440 category. Number 1, PJ Wanderscheid, Dustin Wall, Matt Schultz, Nick Van Strydogen, all these guys
This is going to be one big event. The key, who's going to get to the first corner first, and it is bright green.
PJ just leaned on him hard enough to hold down that bottom line, and he'll exit turns 1 and 2 with a lead.
You want to keep your eye on the 74, the 28, and the 13. Those are pretty much your top 3 contenders going in based on the heat races here, Ken.
You know, something else we haven't talked about, if you're a little deeper in the pack, say 3rd, 4th, 5th, vision is an absolute issue. It all looks good to us as we sit here and watch, and look at that pass for the lead. Oh, he pitched it under there, but then had to check up.
Guarantee you, man, that 28 is watching everything he's doing.
Let's check in with Rob.
Well, there it is, guys, 86 miles an hour. You can see it on the radar gun. That's the middle of the back straightaway. Entering turn number 3, the Champ 440s, one of the premier divisions here this weekend. And right now, they're flat out hauling on the back straightaway.
I mean, he's pretty close there, so by the time they finish it up, I promise you, they're up there in the triple digits. It is just a mad race. Don't come out here if you have faint hearts, because these guys are, I mean, they're really hanging it out.
One of the guys we haven't talked a lot about, Matt Scholl's machine, as he is in a battle with Dustin Wall right now for the 2nd place overall. Pretty much a race, at least at the front, has been dominated by PJ Wondershine.
Oh, and Schultz is pulling off. So Schultz problems with the machine. It will cost him. He had a pretty solid day out here, but I'll tell you, man, PJ has been the class of the field here today.
No question about it. The green flag still will stay out. Apparently got his way off the racetrack. Oh, yeah, he is just
nice
running away from it, yeah.
You see him stay underneath that fluff. I mean, oh, man, we talked about driving it in where you could get yourself in trouble. A real veteran right there, able to save that one.
Would you call that a high side pretty much or not?
Absolutely. I mean, I'd call that getting up on the bike. I mean, he was very close to high side in that thing. We talked about how ugly it could get.
I didn't really see him doing anything different than what he's done. You know, it didn't seem like he was looking around. One thing I have noticed a couple of riders having to do is they're wiping those shields to get that snow. It's the white flag. The final lap right here.
Yeah, he's got to stay good one more time, and checker flag coming out. Didn't take him long to get around. PJ has been dominant out here today. The 28 sled has showed these guys how to get around this place.
Yeah, Wondershine made it look easy. In fact, you'd have to call it even more than the trifecta. Won 3 heat races and the main event. Dustin Wall is 2nd, Nick is 3rd, and you see the rest of the top 10 here.
Let's get it down to Rob, who's with our winner.
Well, he's a 3-time world champion, also picking up the Champ 440s here today. PJ Wondershine, man, hey, congratulations. Looked like you were on cruise control out there today.
Yeah, the sled was working awesome today. You know, we came, didn't come yesterday. We were at home on our test track and trying some different stuff, and, you know, it worked out best for today.
They groomed this track right before this race. Was there anything you guys had to do different to your sled?
No, actually, we showed up here and it was pretty spot on. You know, it's kind of nice from a crew and a driver standpoint. You know, it's one of those days that just went right.
Hey, congratulations, man. Nice win.
All right, thanks a lot.
When we come back, we'll shed the bodies off of them. On the Edge is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, unleash the fury. And by Herculiner Truck Bed Liners. When the tough come easy. Hold on, baby. It's time now to light them up. Let's go off-road racing. You can see problems with the front end right off the bat. Whoa! And that never bodes well. Kurt Leduc just wadding one up here. A Pro 4 truck, 900 horsepower at 4,000 pounds. Had actually flipped it a little bit earlier. It looked like he broke the tie rod and then came back, was trying to drive it. Unfortunately, just could not steer that one.
And that thing looked like it was hung wide open, and a lot of tumbles that he took there. And again, you just saw him give one of the safety track guys a thumbs up from that in-car camera. Here we go. Better him than me, baby. I couldn't take the first part of that one.
And his arm actually knocked the window net down. So pretty scary moment there, as was that one during team demo. Look at this head-on hit.
Look at both the drivers wearing red helmets. Just watch the bodies move there. A little less. Whoa! Safety equipment here that we saw moments ago with Kurt Leduc. All right, American Drag Racing League. Hang on. Jason Scruggs going for a ride, baby.
Scruggs really hanging on to that thing, and right at the very end just kisses the wall, but really, all in all, what a good save.
Up on two wheels there, has the presence of mind to pull the parachute because the parachute has that tendency to want to straighten the car out, has at this point kept it off the wall till right about there. It hits that retaining wall. Again, we'll watch it from the starting line. Starts shaking the tires, moves to the right. Did he overcorrect a little bit? I couldn't tell you for sure. What behind the wheel? Parachute out, up on two wheels. Scruggs is battling for control. And again, tries to keep it off that wall. He just barely hits it. He would be back to racing another day.
Okay, let's go to Rockford. Hold on. And Gary Oscarson is legendary at this racetrack. He was supposed to go through the trailer. He almost cleared the entire thing, but right there, man, he nosed it in hard.
And again, if you look in the middle of the car, right through the windshield, keep your eye on that windshield. Watch Gary's body inside this car. He's laying back, and right there, when that front end hits the ground, he goes for a hard move. Another great angle, a great shot here.
You have to give him 10 points for yard dart. I mean, he stuck it.
Hey, I want to give him credit for the nice flames out of that car for one run, man. That is bizarre. Again, the idea was to go through the trailer, come out the opposite end. Somebody made the ramp a little too tall.
Yeah, he just skimmed the top right off. Here we go. Kevin Probst goes for a ride after a jump launched him to the right-hand side of the track. Not a body panel left on it. Right in front of Ross Hook, who somehow managed to stay out of it.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of speed generated early on, but there is. You can tell by the amount of revolutions this thing takes over and over again. And awful close to what we like to call snap rolls. Watching it from back behind, you can obviously tell there's been a lot of rain here. Man, that thing is tumbling hard, and the panels, which are fiberglass, by the way, is flying off piece by piece here.
By the way, Kevin Probst builds his own chassis, his own trucks. Go on board, listen. Needless to say, he builds a really safe one.
This has been an exciting episode of Lucas Oil on the Edge. For Ken Stout, Brian Olson, and Rob Klepper, I'm Angela Jenkins. Log on to speedtv.com and link over to newwavetv.com for a list of upcoming OTE shows. Remember, you're not living unless you are on the edge.